Oh, yes, yes. I can lift it. Oh, I can lift it. Say, I can lift it without. Alright, here I am, y'all. Back for Power. Episode 2, named 3.2. Man, this not gonna be a long review at all, cause not too much happened. Couple little points that I'm gonna just get out of here, but it starts off with Ghost laying in the bed with Angela, and you know there's some fake. I already have said how I feel about Angela, and I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I'm not feeling Ghost this time. Ghost ain't as cute to me as he was in the first one. I'm not seeing him being as thorough as he is. I can't believe that he was running shit like to become the boss, because even though he knows he's trying to open these clubs and he's trying to go straight, I'm just not feeling it for Ghost now. I don't know how you could turn your back on, number one, Tasha, and your 3 kids. I don't care if you trying to see him and you trying to do whatever. Man, you just did Tasha wrong all the way across the board. I could see if Tasha was a bitch. And I would be like, oh, I wish you would leave that bitch. Because that's the way I felt about Angela. I wish you would stop fucking with her. She is bringing you down, dude. And as long as you keep on thinking that you running shit and you don't want to let nobody get close, you fucking your own self up. I mean, I definitely didn't like Kanan. I definitely don't like Kanan because he killed his own son, Sean. Okay? But when he comes back, I don't know whose side I'm going to be on, because Ghost, you being a bitch. You laying in bed and tossing and turning, and then this bitch finally wakes up, because she didn't felt you toss and turn, and she even sits there and say, babe, and you gonna act like you knocked out sleep. Then she gonna turn back over and go to sleep, and you gonna all of a sudden turn over and then be laying on your back with your eyes wide open. Nigga, you don't know how to handle shit, and I don't like that at all, period, about you. You turning my stomach. You really are. And Tommy had one job, you know, because I mean, last week, when Tommy came home, he found his dog dead. Now, I did make a mistake, y'all, last week. I said that it's a new Holly. It's not a new Holly. It's the same Holly. I just think because I had the show been off for a minute or whatever, she looked a little bit different, but it's the same Holly. She's doing the same dumbass shit that she does. And she's nothing but gutter trash too. I mean, period. I mean, she is what she is. But she wasn't at home. I thought they had snatched her, but killed the dog so he knew who it was. But snatched her is what I thought. But she's all right. She's home, and but Tommy's not letting her know that he must have cleaned up the mess or whatever, because he's not letting her know that the dog is dead. He does let her know, but at this particular point, he's not telling her because he's trying to protect her. But anyway, and okay, so he's laying in bed. I'm back to that. He's laying in bed, and and this bitch felt him moving around, and and then he gonna act like he ain't even asleep. So I don't know what type of motherfucking, I don't know what they are, and I don't really know what Ghost wants from this whole thing. I think he thinks they're gonna live happily after, but he really is not gonna do this. But what he does, he meets with his attorney, and he's like, look, I need you to find out, because Angela had told him last episode that Lobos was still alive, but everybody thinks he's dead. Okay, so Ghost is trying to sit there and wrap this thing on up, but it's still, when he met with this attorney, his attorney was like, look, You gonna stop playing motherfucking games with me because I'm your attorney. You ain't gonna come to me with no half stories or anything like that because I need to know everything. And you need to sit there and, I mean, first of all, you need to talk to your ex-girlfriend, which, I mean, to get her insight on where Lobo said. He said, well, me and Angela still together. Motherfucker, I mean, you think you working her. That's the whole set. That when a niggas sit there thinks that they working somebody and they ain't even, they don't even, their eyes are just so far closed that they can't motherfucking goddamn see what's really going on. You ain't working nobody, Ghost. And the fact that Tommy did not take your ass out this episode is showing the character that Tommy is. Tommy can't just forget his past and what y'all been through and how much y'all meant to each other, how y'all was family, where y'all was like blood, even though he's a white boy and you a black boy. Y'all went through hell and back. And Tommy can't sit there. It was not easy. Tommy had that gun right on Ghost. He could have tinked him off and nonetheless, everything would have been okay. But there's that human part in Tommy. And I tell you, I like Tommy because Tommy is one thing that he is. He's loyal and he's real. He might have a short fuse. He might, like when he beat that black man today in today's episode. I mean, he didn't have to do that, but he was fucked up. He's so stressed out on what's going on and whether if he don't kill him, then Lobos is going to kill him. And what is he going to do? And he's thinking about Holly and got all these things going on. I can understand why he needs to take a couple lines. But Tommy goes hard and that shit is real and it's potent or whatever. And he lost it. But that's still him showing where he's human because this man is somebody who is like his brother. And when somebody sit there and introduce somebody, say, this is my cousin, or this is my sister, you know, I mean, just how loosely Brandy was using it in Basketball Wives. I mean, when they do that, that means something. And it means something to Tommy. He just can't turn his back on Ghost. And that's the reason why I don't think he was able to shoot him. But I do not like Tommy for the fact of how he was treating Tasha. Because Tasha, when he met up with Tasha, when Tommy met up with Tasha, and he was sitting there having the attitude that he is. Okay, fine, good. You and Ghost ain't fucking with each other. But don't be sitting there trying to make it seem like we did something behind your back or whatever. Because, nigga, he been fucking that motherfucking... How long was he fucking that motherfucking bitch before you told me? Oh, you never did. Because he didn't. And he would go over there and eat breakfast and act like he was just part of the family. And he was a part of the family. He really was. And that's what I'm saying, Ghost. You got to take into consideration what you did when you went with Angela. And I ain't gonna sit there and say, nigga, you gotta be happy. Fuck that. You got 3 kids involved. You got Tasha involved. You got your best friend who y'all have all been like a little family involved. You have fucked it up all because he wants it to be all about what Ghost wants. When Ghost wants to go legit, everybody got to go legit. When Ghost is ready to do this, everybody got to go do this. And so, you know, first season, second season, I just always had that hope that Ghost was going to go back to Tasha. Okay? Because I did not start watching this show until the second season was maybe halfway through. And when I started off at the first episode of season 2. Well, of course, you ain't going to really understand what was actually going on if you don't watch it from day one. So I went back and watched all of the episodes and caught myself up. But I always have had this hope that he's going to get this bitch out of his system. You know, this is the last straw. She's trying to put him in jail. He going to do whatever he's going to do. Him and Tasha going to come back. They're going to be stronger. The bond is going to be better than ever. But it never happens. He still has it in his fucking mind. He got these 3 nightclubs. And you know what, bitch? Fine. Do that. But you just can't just sit there and think everybody's supposed to do it too. And I don't like how you treating Dre. Dre is now dressing the part. He's taking advice from you. And I'm with that. But you gotta understand, Ghost. He is a street nigga. And I'm not telling you that he gotta go back on no motherfucking corner anymore. But you need to sit there thinking, stop making him try to feel like he has to give up everything. And then you expect somebody to have your back, do what he's supposed to do. But you don't even tell them what the fuck is going on. You have got to sit there and start letting motherfuckers know what in the fuck is going on. You do. You mean if you don't sit there and tell, I mean, if this is gonna be your cat that you gonna bring up and and y'all gonna do it the legit way, nigga, then don't go up in here doing the same nigga ass shit that you be doing by holding things back and doing stuff secretly and saying I'll tell you when I need it. You don't, especially in this game. You do not tell a person at the last minute, oh, by the way, you better watch yourself when you go out to the car. Boom. Do you not understand? I'm sitting there saying. So anyway, I mean, you just can't be able to do that dumbass motherfucker goddamn shit, and that's what he thinks he can be able to do it. So now he gonna ask, last episode he asked Tasha about, we want to talk about, me seeing the kids and them meeting Angela. So Tasha's gonna let Angela meet the kids, and if I was really Tasha, I'm telling you, it would be too fresh for me. I mean, fuck that. You learned that, Sean's dead now. That was your little piece that you were starting to have a little, have feelings for, and you thought you was going into getting out you and him was going to, make that move. But Tasha don't really want to leave the game anyway. She does not. She's a hustle girl. She is the motherfucking trap queen. She's all that. You know what I'm saying? She that's her lifestyle. That's what she wants. She told him that on like the third episode. The whole series. He said, "What did you expect me to be?" And she said, "The biggest drug dealer in the United States." And that's what she wants. You know what I mean? And that's what. But Tasha's gonna let him see the kid. Let the kids go over there. Now, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, the kids don't want to. And I know that she's trying to make sure that she keeps the communication between the kids and their father. I mean, trying to keep it together. But you want to know something? I don't believe. I don't believe it should be the case. And I'm gonna tell you why. My mother got a divorce from my father. I was. First of all, there's 2 boys, 2 girls. My mother and father get a divorce. My dad, when it came down to Christmas time, would hook us up. We had so many gifts when we would, coming from him, he would run out of wrapping paper and had to wrap up gifts in funny newspaper. From the newspaper, okay? He would use the funnies. But out of the blue, he was supposed to get married to some other lady, and then out the blue, he's married to some other woman who has a son of her own. Now, I'm still having to go over to my dad's and visit him as part of visitation or whatever. But I don't want to go over there because, number one, I felt like I was treated differently. Now, this is not the case in this show right here because Angela doesn't have any kids. But if the child does not feel like going over there to spend the night, then you shouldn't make the child have to spend the night if they don't want to. You can't make them like her. Now, you might say, well, okay, well, don't dog her in front of him. No, there's a reason for it to be dog because what has happened is not right. And I don't, if that's Dad's friend or whatever, I don't want to be a part of that. Don't make me have to go over there and stay somewhere where I really don't want to have to go and stay. I think that's fucked up on adults. You can't make somebody like somebody. And if they're not feeling that, they're not ready to accept the fact that daddy's not coming home no more, then don't force that on them. If his son and daughter came to Tasha and said, "Mom, why can't we go over and spend the night with Dad?" Then you make that happen, Tasha, all day. And I support you I support you and the kids all the way. But when the kids don't want to go, And they are dreading this whole, what's the name? You gotta give them that pep talk. I felt for Tasha. I felt for real. I felt for the kids. There's nothing worse than have to go somewhere and have to feel like you have to be fake and phony. My whole entire life going over my what's the name? And what really irked me was my father, like I said, used to do for me, and now he was doing more for a child that's not his than he was doing for the 4 kids that was his. And that breaks your heart, for real. I didn't speak to my dad for years when I was old enough to say, I'm not going back over there. I didn't speak to him for years. I moved to D.C. I was there, August 6, 1988. And I would come home sometimes to visit, and I wouldn't even let him know I was in town because I was hurt behind that. And you wasn't going to force me to be nice to somebody if I really didn't care for them. So at this particular point in time, I'm grown. I don't have to come and see you. I don't even got to let you know that I'm in town. But they kind of forced them on the kids. So let's go back to Tommy and his attorney. His attorney, he got the bad. He has a bad attorney, and I mean not bad. When I'm saying bad, I'm saying good. I mean his attorney is the shit, and he has connections, and he can be able to find out things, and he's having a hard time being able to do it. And he called it exactly what it was, the type of prosecution that they're doing right now. He called it, but by it being that he's not in that loop and he doesn't know anybody who's in that loop. And the only person that's going to know it right now is Angela. Now, this is the crazy part. I'm just tripping off of Angela's boss because I didn't find out he was dirty until last episode. To the first episode of season 3. It kind of threw me off because all last time, he was riding Angela or whatever, and then he was on top of everything, trying to make sure they got Lobos and everything. You would have never even known last season that man who is Angela's boss was working for Lobos. You would have never even known it. So, so he is. And whatever he is, he don't really have too much choice in the whole matter because he's basically being blackmailed into doing what he's doing or he's going to end up getting killed. Whatever the case may be, Lobos is running him. And he's the old Skippy, the one that Angela always bumps head with. I can't remember what his name is, but he's sitting there trying to figure out some type of way to be able to expose, Lobos and what, and the boss has to be, the one thing I will say, he's not dumb and sloppy in what the decisions that he's making, but he really had me. But as soon as he heard the old dude was getting close to being able to figure out who tried to kill Lobos, he had dude killed. I already knew that was going to happen. Because when he was asking him, did he want to go down to interrogate him, he said, no, just catch me up in the morning. But he already picked up the phone, before he even had a chance to get around the corner to call and set that thing up. We didn't hear it, but we already know that it's understood that was going to be the case. And, now there's a little bit of friction amongst the Chinese people with Tommy. Because Tommy, last episode was talking about, I got y'all, we going business as usual, and we going to come to me. I don't want to have nobody bucking up against me or whatever, because this is the way it's going to go, so we're going to all band together, and it's going to go back to, business as usual. But he's not getting the product like he was before, because Lobos is having money problems. So now people are starting to buck on him. And, and Tommy has a short fuse. Okay, y'all know that. He has a very short fuse. And so, old dude was just saying, slow down, boss. You doing all that motherfucking sorting, we ain't gonna have no product for the... And in his high-ass stupor of a state of mind, he gonna say, what you trying to say? Kicked the nigga in the balls and kept on, and they on the cement floor and kept on banging his head up against it and kept on punching him. I'm like, come on, Tommy, you just, what's going on? Now he up in the house. Tasha. He okay. So y'all. I told y'all earlier about him. I got to go back to this about him. I mean, how he was treating Tasha. But he was all this was coming from when Tasha wanted to see him because Ghost wanted to get in touch with him. Now, last time Ghost was calling me James, but now he's answering to Ghost, and so he wanted Tasha. He said, "I need you to sit there and get in touch with Tommy and give him this check. This, because we closed all the laundromats down, everything. This is his cut, 50-50. So I'm out the game. This is it. I'm done. Everything. I'm legit now. Or we're legit. He's still trying to make her go legit too because he's going legit, and just because when he says the party's over, the party got to be over. He ain't taking into consideration with nobody else how nobody else feels about this merry-go-round. Merry-go-round going around, that they might not be ready for it to stop yet. But you just think because I'm tired. Okay, I don't want to play no more. And so everybody, y'all go ahead and go home because I don't want to play no more. No, everybody else is going to continue to play. You just don't want to play no more. But he's talking to but when Tasha tries to go take him the check, you know what? Holly is just such trailer trash to me. I'm sorry. You can dress her up any type of way because she gonna sit there. I mean, that's how Tommy even came to her, because he wouldn't even came to her if it wasn't for her having that check. So they meet in a diner, and he giving her all this hard time. So I mean, and she's like, "Well, you know what happened?" She said, "I mean, I'm okay with you being pissed off with Ghost, but why are you sitting there taking that shit out on me?" And then that's when they got into their little thing. So anyway, he got the check. And he go home, and he's trying. Hollywood's that baby, and he said, "I got something to cheer you up." And he showed her the check. She said, "Oh, I can't believe you. We got that much money." And she said, "Yeah, baby, that's our money. Yeah, we do." And she said, "Well, you should let me go ahead and deposit." He said, "No, I got this. Now, being the hoe that she is, she gonna start unbuckling his pants to give him some damn head. And as she's motherfucking doing it, her little slick ass, because that bitch started off selling motherfucking Tasha's bracelets. Okay, so she's nothing, and she ain't gonna never change. She gonna slide the check in her back pocket, and the bitch is gonna go down to the bank thinking she gonna be able to deposit it. And she was boof, because she was going to have to give a code, and she was gonna do it that way, or she was gonna have to be on the list of people that could be able to. That just tells you how ignorant she is, because you already know you ain't gonna go take no $1 million check or $100,000 check or whatever. It's a big ass motherfucking number. I know it has to be for all them laundromats clothes. You ain't gonna take no check like that and just deposit in the bank, and there ain't gonna be no things that go along with it. Come on now, baby. You can't be that stupid, but she is. Okay, so she got motherfucking caught. And he was like, "Baby, come on, what are you crazy?" Yeah, the bitch is dumb. Yeah, she's dumb. I mean, yeah, she wants Tasha to sit there and teach her the books, and then we'll get rid of her later. Bitch, you ain't gonna ever learn because you're stupid. You goddamn stupid, and that's all you are. You ain't gonna know nothing. So, but you know, I mean, it's sad. It's sad, man. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's so sad how I mean, she just needs to go. But basically, so Tommy did not kill Ghost, and for the most part, that was really it. I mean, I told you about Dre. Because Dre was supposed to get DJ Taj to sign contracts for him to be the DJ, but he's missing where the hood where he came from, and he goes and hangs out down there for a minute. And DJ Taj, is over across the street at another nightclub. Now, you know what? That's some shade if I ain't never seen no shade for him to be able to do that. But what they thought was Ghost was going to act niggerish the way niggers do and go off and cause a big ass scene, and Ghost didn't. I would have probably liked him to have done what they wanted, what they was expecting, because it was disrespectful for them to do it right in front of him, right across the street, and then have his name up in lights after he didn't told them to put the DJ booth in the center of the floor. I mean, and Dre was already bucking up against him then, but for him to make them changes over there and then him to sit there and not come over there, that was some fucked up shit. And I'm hoping down the line that DJ Taj gets his motherfucking ass pulled across the motherfucking carpet for that motherfucking shit, because that was wrong. That was dead wrong. But anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. You know what? I wanted to start off like this, and I did not start off like this. I will make sure that I start doing this from now on. Please, 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 I need y'all to sit there and if you could, like my stuff, because you know, I mean, I'm only having a few views, and I have a few subscribers, but I need to be able to grow, and I want to be able to make sure that more and more people are seeing my reviews. But because I'm so new, I'm so far down the list that I can name my reviews the same exact as other YouTubers are, but theirs is going to show up first before mine, because I really don't have that many followers. So I need y'all. Okay, so we're going to just put a little, y'all going to help me get lifted. I get lifted, I get lifted, yeah, I get lifted, oh, I get lifted, yeah, I get lifted, oh. Y'all don't know nothing about this.